Hey y'all, Brian at Connected Home, and I'm very happy to be doing this video for you today for two specific reasons. Number one, recently we just did a blog series on how to cut the cord and how to save money on your entertainment costs. Number two, it's been our most popular question in the showroom here over the past couple of months. How can I save money on my entertainment value? Now, all of our cable services seem to be going up after that first year promotional period. Whether you have Dish, DirecTV, any of the local cable services, you get that nice price that first year, but then that second year it kind of goes up a little bit and it's not quite so cheap anymore. So what streaming services are available? Which one is the best? And how can I save money by doing this conversion? Well, the number one popular choice for all of our technicians and all of our employees here at Connected Home is YouTube TV. This happens to be one of the better products available on the market. Yes, it is one of the newest ones, but it also gives you the best value for your entertainment dollar. So we want to go into a little bit more detail about what YouTube TV is, how it works, the TV interface versus the computer interface, and the phone interface. So we're going to show you a little bit more in depth about why this is your best streaming choice. And just to make sure, YouTube TV offers you a 7-day free trial so you can actually try it in a side-by-side comparison with your current service to see if it's something that you're actually capable of using or even want to use. So let's take a little bit more in-depth dive at what YouTube TV is and how it works.
Okay, y'all, so here is the desktop version for YouTube TV, and we just want to show you in a little bit more detail what exactly YouTube TV is and how it looks on the desktop version compared to what you would actually see on your TV if you're using a streaming device. So here's where you'll actually come to set your account up at the very beginning. Now you'll notice the first thing you see in the middle of the screen, best overall TV streaming service in 2020 by CNET. CNET does very good technology reviews on everything tech, and they have some of the best reviews out there. They go in and do very in-depth case studies on why they do their recommendations. You're more than welcome to go over and check out CNET for that. But notice right beneath it, you can try it free. They do have a 1-week trial for you to actually check out the service, make sure you like it, and it's $49.99 a month after that. $50 a month. And we'll scroll down a little bit for 70 plus channels, including all the big ones. You got your CNN, your Disney, HGTV, Fox News, ESPN do have some sports channels in here as well too. So you can come over and actually click on see all channels. So let's go ahead and type in our zip code here at the very top for Leland, and notice the first thing it does is brings up all of our local channels. You do not need an extra antenna for your TV to be able to view because it's going to pull in WWAY, Fox, WEC, the CW, Telemundo, UNC-TV, all of our locals here for this area. Now, all of the sports channels available for this area, which is quite a few. Even have the Golf Channel, MLB, and NBA TV. There are some extra paid subscription services. Not all of these come included with the package. This is just what is available in our area. Now, here's all the news channels you can get as well too. Your lifestyle channels, including E. That one's very big, including for my wife so she can watch her Kardashians. Now we got FX for the guys. They have a little bit more of the action movies on there. We got our Nat Geo, TNT, our True TV, even Turner Classic Movies. Plus they have all of our family ones, all of the Kids Network and Children's Network. And here are some additional networks that you can actually purchase subscriptions to, just like you would upgrade your TV package on your cable service. So you notice the Stars, Showtime, Epix. I do believe they have an HBO app as well too. And then we have our YouTube originals at the bottom that come included. A good selection of channels in this area, and all for just the $50 a month. Biggest thing is going to be all of your locals right here. They automatically import that digital signal in, so you have all of your locals built into the package. So now let's go back to the main screen. Let's scroll down a little bit more. They're going to show you different ways of how to set this up, how you can save money. Once again, try it again, free button. Also talks about you can share up to 6 accounts, 3 simultaneous streams, and you can cancel whenever because there is no contract. This is month to month. You're not going to sign up on a 2-year deal where the first year is half price and then you pay double the second year, anything of that. Another thing I missed actually, the very top one, TV made for you. You have unlimited DVR. Unlimited. Now the only catch is it only lasts for up to 9 months. So after that 9-month period, if you've not watched all the shows or you want to re-record it, you'll have to go back in and re-record. Now, speaking of the user accounts, so 6 different individual family members can have their own individual login to the YouTube TV subscription. The reason why this is so awesome is each different user account will have access to their own independent DVR. So if I record some stuff that I would like to watch, it is not going to show up in my wife's account, for instance. When she logs in, it's going to have the DVR recordings that she's recorded. Makes it easier when you actually log in so you don't have to sift through a bunch of different information. It's already going to be right there broken down by account. So now let's scroll down a little bit more. So here are some of the devices that you can actually access YouTube TV. Now Roku TVs are very popular. We sell Roku boxes also here to be able to connect to the Sony TVs. Most LG and Samsung, Sharp, Vizio, as well as Sony TVs will be able to pick this up as long as they're made within the last probably 3 or 4 years. They will be able to actually have the access to this. Now, 2 new ones that have just popped up, PlayStation and Xbox One. Yes, you can actually stream it directly through there. So if you already have an Xbox or a PlayStation, don't need to buy a Roku or an Apple TV or a Chromecast. You can actually access it through your gaming console. Now, the Fire TV. Yes, you can get it on a Fire Stick, but you are going to need to click on compatible devices. Okay, so real quick, let's go ahead and click on compatible devices. And it's going to bring up another page and show us some mobile devices and computers, of course. That is going to be just about self-explanatory. Any mobile device or computer, as well as basically TVs, are going to be able to pick this up. But the streaming devices are where you're actually going to get access to the app for your TV. So you'll see it works with AirPlay for Apple TV, most Vizio TVs. Apple TV, for instance, right here, is going to have to be a 4th generation or higher, 4K Apple TV or higher. Let's look at the Fire Stick beneath it. It's got to be a 2nd gen regular Fire Stick 4K, any of the new Fire Cube TVs. And then Xbox beneath it, it'll go through and show you Xbox One, One S, or Xbox One X. So you can go through and actually check and see which models are compatible for your service. So we'll go ahead and drop this one back out. Let's scroll a little bit further down this main page. It talks a little bit more about the unlimited DVR. And then, of course, it's got some good raving reviews about what the service is and how good it does. So let's actually go up here and take a look at the interface. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in with my own personal account. Okay, so now we are in the main home screen here. Notice we have home up here at the very top, and we have our library as well as our live. So any kind of DVR recording or any kind of series that you've recorded, any show or movie that you've set up is going to be right here in your actual library. But now we'll come back over into our home. So here we have the top picks for you. So based on stuff you've watched before, they're going to go ahead and actually try to get you or make suggestions for other shows to go ahead and watch. And it's going to break them down: movies, action, adventure, comedy, every different genre you can think of down here at the bottom at your first choice. But we're interested in the cable TV portion. This is a video on how to replace your cable or satellite service. So let's switch over to live TV. Now we'll show you all of this as well on the actual TV interface after this, but this is what it will look like when you actually pull up the live TV function on a desktop. So you'll notice it has all of your basic channels built in here. There's a WWAY3 local or WECT local, and these are out of Wilmington, not out of Raleigh like some of the other satellite or cable services might provide. It puts all of those locals right up here first for you. And we can scroll down a little bit further and see we've also got TBS, TNT, and now it also is going to give you the times of the show. So notice right here, it is 2:22, got a few minutes left on this one, 2:30, 3 o'clock. So very much like most of the other satellite or cable service menus, it's gonna break down by time, what's coming up next, how you can go in and watch a show, how you can go in and record if you would like. But let's keep going down a little bit further. We got the ACC network, ESPN, FS1 and 2, Fox Carolinas. Now we're down a little bit further. There's that MLB Now, more Sports Network, the Golf Channel. Got our Olympics going on here from the Olympic Channel. There are a ton of different channels. Now you'll probably get a few more actually on the desktop for some reason versus the actual television or through the streaming service. I've noticed that myself. I do get about 5 additional channels in the desktop version versus the TV. But we're still scrolling through channels that we have here, and it gives you a pretty good layout, a nice easy feel on what you actually have coming up. Okay, so let's just go ahead and pick Dr. Phil for instance. Let's watch a little bit of live TV for a second. I'm gonna bring up the live TV stream. And now you'll see we do have a good picture here up here at the top. When you move that, you can go full screen in the top right. Down here, if you run near the bottom, anywhere near the bottom, it's going to bring up your little quick menu. Now you can go back to your library, you can go into your home, or you can switch back to the actual live TV where you have your guide. Now up here at the left, it's going to say that we're on the OWN station. Do have your rewind, your quick 15-second back. If you're recording, you can actually go forward using these two as well, and then you have your play and pause, just like you would in a normal DVR. So we start that back up, and notice we do have our volume controls here. I do have it muted so you can actually hear me speaking, but there's the volume controls. Then over here, we can actually turn on and off the closed captioning feature on the fly. This is very nice if you have someone come over who's hearing impaired, would like to actually be able to see the words so they can understand a little bit better what's going on. Here's where you have your closed captioning, and then you have your quick little setting menu. So we can click on the settings. There's actually 2 different audio tracks for this particular show. So we can pick one of these, we can turn on and off any subtitles if we're watching a foreign language film, and we can also change the quality. So right now we're in regular 720 HD. We can change that up to the 1080 or go to 4K if it is available on the stream. Now this is cable, so a lot of these are going to be basic HD stream qualities, but if there is options for change, it's going to be right here. And then here's all the super geeky stuff in the little 3 buttons. So you can actually close the player out, go in and look for some different stats, stuff like that. It's also going to show you what's up next in the very next time slot. Now over here, this little plus button is going to be one of your best friends in YouTube. You'll always be looking for this plus button. Let's say that you do find a show that you would like to watch or a series that you want to record. All you simply have to do is notice in the little text box that I have here, click to start recording Dr. Phil. All you have to do is tap on the little plus button, and now to confirm that, let's click on our library. It's going to switch back over to the library and show, guess what? We are now recording Dr. Phil. But let's click up in here in the very top. Now, so even though we've gone to the library, our show is still playing here in the background. We have easy access to get right back to it. So we're just going to click on Dr. Phil. It's going to bring that right back. And now if we don't want to record this or want to stop the recordings for any reason, all we have to do is click that one more time. We've stopped recording new episodes for you. Go back into our live TV, and it's going to show us all of these options again, all the different channels that are available. And I notice up here in the sort, we've got a default, or we can customize the layout. So now by default, it has all the local channels first and then goes in different orders, but you can come and actually edit these channels. So the channels you watch the most will show up at the top, making it easier for you to use this interface. You can completely customize it any way you like, put the channels in whichever order, and they will display in that order from here on out for the sort. But there are a lot of different features, a lot of different channels. YouTube TV is very similar to basically a Netflix and cable hybrid. So there are shows that you can go and get picked out for you, get recommended to you, or shows that you want to finish watching, didn't get a chance to finish watching earlier in the home, which is going to be basically your Netflix layout, your home and your library. And then the live TV is going to be your cable layout. So far in the time that I've been using YouTube TV, it's actually improved my entertainment experience. I actually enjoy this much better than going through and clicking through the remote and having to search and find stuff. The menus for Dish and DirecTV and a lot of the Spectrum cable services around can be a little bit confusing. This is a little bit easier to use because it's broken down into 3 categories. Very easy to navigate through, see what's coming up, your timeline. It's very easy to record. Once again, all you have to do is look for the plus button. So this is the desktop version of how this looks and how it is laid out. We're going to go ahead now and switch over to the TV so I can show you what it would actually look like if we're going through and watching it on regular TV. So now we are here to check out the view on our television. Now we actually use the YouTube TV app through the Google Play Store on this Sony TV instead of using an actual streaming device to show you that it is possible to get the app directly to your TV if you would like. But once again, you can use multiple different streaming devices to pull this into your TV if your TV is not compatible. So notice the platform or the layout is almost identical to how it is on the desktop version. YouTube TV wants to make sure that it is seamless no matter which device or platform you're using. That way it is the most user-friendly possible. Up at the top, we are on Home. Once again, Home and Library is going to be your Netflix type style to where it actually goes through. Notice that we were on the desktop version, we pulled up Dr. Phil. So now Dr. Phil is up at my top pick because that is what I was watching last. Right beneath him, we do have all of our categories, our shows, movies, comedy, action, adventure movies, history, any different genre you can think of. And then right beneath that, same as it is on the desktop, other stuff that's coming up you can add to your library, other shows that you can resume watching that you never had a chance to finish, and then a bunch of other recommendations, top news stories, all your top comedy stations, and then we come back up here to the top. We can switch over to the live TV, and notice it has the same channel layout as it did on the desktop version. I have not customized mine yet. I've actually got very familiar with how it lays it out, and I'm pretty good with that so far. My wife has customized hers a little bit. She has actually changed and put some of her favorite channels up top to make it a little bit easier. If you are going to change any settings, including the default channel layout, I highly recommend you do it when you're setting up your account on the desktop. It is possible to do it through the TV, through the app on your phone, but the desktop is definitely the easiest way to change any of your layouts to make sure you have all of your settings properly connected as well as your Google account properly connected. So make sure you do any setting changes, layouts, or anything like that on the desktop version. And we'll scroll through. Notice that currently we have some NBC playing, some Live with Kelly and Ryan, which is playing in the background, so we have something to watch while we're scrolling through looking at other different stations. So let's go ahead and jump in live with Ryan and Kelly. We are on a commercial right now, but even the commercial quality is top notch. So if you were actually interested in recording this series or want to see about any additional information, all you have to do is press the down directional key on your remote, and it's going to bring up this little sub menu here. Now in the sub menu, we can go through, check out some of the different networks that are currently available, some other episodes that might be available upcoming so you know if you want to record it or not. And then also, once again, just like on the desktop, we have our closed captioning, which you can enable on the fly, as well as some of our geeky stuff over here, including the actual quality of the show. Now notice on the desktop version we were playing at 720. This one has a 1080. You can also change back and forth between the different qualities. Also your plus button. Now not only will this add to your library when you actually hit the plus button, but you can get more info. So not only are you going to add it to your library, but you can come in and check out the more info button, which is basically going to give you a lot more information about the show. So you can watch, see what's scheduled coming up again, so you'll know if you want to record it. Actually about the show. Gives you a little bit more information about that show, including the lead cast, and then also similar shows that kind of correspond with this one. So it always is trying to give you suggestions on content that you already like to make your experience a little bit easier. So now we're back over here into the live view again. We'll go back one more time and we are back to our guide. So once again, very similar to the desktop layout. You can actually do a couple of settings on here. Notice in the top left it does show that default view. You can switch over and change the layout and change stuff here, but I found it is much easier to do with the mouse than it is with the remote. So make sure you change any settings you would like in the desktop. But this is your basic breakdown of the YouTube TV. Very good service, very good streaming quality. As long as you have a decent internet connection, 100, 200 megabit, which is standard around here, you're gonna be fine. Once again, we highly recommend, whether you're using a TV or a streaming device, try to make sure you are hardlined in to have a dedicated connection. You don't want to have any issues with drop signal from your Wi-Fi, anything like that. So a hardline connection is going to guarantee your speed and is going to guarantee the quality of the show that you're watching. Guys, if you have any more questions, y'all, if you have any more questions on YouTube TV, any different ways you can bring YouTube TV in, any which ways you can cut the cord, we are always here to provide the best advice possible. Reach out to us at 910-317-0876. Extension 5 will get you to me, Brian, the customer concierge here in the showroom. I can answer any questions for you, try to help you out in any way we can, or find us online at connectedhomenc.com. Thank y'all very much for watching this YouTube video. Hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoyed the service, and we will see you next time.